Welcome to the session Specific Heat of a Given Solid. In this session, we are going to determine the specific heat of the given solid by using method of mixtures. The aim of this experiment is to determine the specific heat of the given solid using calorimeter by principle of calorimetry or method of mixtures. The apparatus we are using in this experiment is a calorimeter with a stirrer placed in a wooden box consisting woolen material and a lid, a thermometer to measure the temperature, Reynolds steam heater, a stand with a flame, lead shots and a physical balance. A calorimeter is a cylindrical copper vessel which consists a stirrer. It is kept in a wooden box and the gap between the wooden box and the calorimeter is filled with woolen material. We are going to consider a lid on the calorimeter which is provided for this wooden box. A thermometer can be inserted in this way to find the temperature corresponding to the water and the calorimeter. We can hold the thermometer in the calorimeter by using the stand provided. Let us describe Reynolds steam heater. Reynolds steam heater consists a cylindrical copper vessel which consists an inlet for water and outlet for steam. Here there is another provision for inserting the thermometer to measure the temperature of the hot body. There is a cylindrical tube provided with two open ends and it is inserted in the tube here in the Reynolds apparatus. This cylindrical tube is used for raising the temperature of the lead shots and to allow the lead shots into the calorimeter. We have to raise the tube upwards and there is a tube provided at the bottom which is at obtuse angle. From this tube, the lead shots will be allowed into the calorimeter. Let us determine the mass of the empty calorimeter with the stirrer using physical balance. Now we are going to consider the empty calorimeter with the stirrer in the left pan of the physical balance. Now, after adjusting the weights in the right pan, when we turn the handle rightwards, we observe the oscillations of the needle. Therefore, the mass of the empty calorimeter with stirrer is confirmed as 39 grams and 750 milligrams. Now, we are going to consider some water in the calorimeter. The calorimeter should be filled with 1/3 of its volume with water. Now, determine the mass of the water with calorimeter using physical balance. After we adjust the weights in the right pan. Turn the handle and observe the turning points. The mass of the calorimeter with water can be taken at HRP as 103 grams and 900 milligrams. Now we are going to determine the initial temperature of the calorimeter and water by inserting a thermometer in it. Now the initial temperature is 28 degrees centigrade. Now we are going to consider some water in the Reynolds steam chamber. The solid we are going to consider here is lead shots. Now these lead shots should be allowed into this chamber and keep the chamber on a heater. After this, we have to rise the temperature of water with the lead shots. We are rising the temperature of lead shots with water in the Reynolds steam chamber. Now the temperature of the given solid after supplying the heat energy to it is now taken as 90 degrees centigrade. Now we have to introduce the lead shots at T2 degrees centigrade into the calorimeter, and we have to close the lid of the calorimeter. After the given lead shots are introduced into the calorimeter, keep the lid closed and stirring should be done for at least 5 degrees centigrade rise of temperature in the mixture. After stirring is over, we have to take the final temperature of the mixture using the thermometer. The resultant temperature is 29 degrees centigrade. Now, after finding the resultant temperature, we have to remove the mixer with the calorimeter from the wooden box. Now we have to determine the mass of the lead shots with the calorimeter and water using the physical balance. After determining the values of W1, W2 and W3 and considering the specific heat of copper as 0.09 calorie per gram per degree centigrade and specific heat of water as 1 calorie per gram per degree centigrade, by substituting the values of temperatures T1, T2 and T3 in the given formula, we can determine the specific heat of the given solid. In this way, we conclude this experiment, the specific heat of the given solid, by method of mixtures, by determining the specific heat of given lead shots.